Right, good afternoon. Back on the club lake again where I was last week, this time looking for carp. I'm on a swim halfway up, which is basically I'm on a little bit of a point. There's a point over there, there's an island here, and then there's a big bowl of water there, and there's a little cut around the back there. So I'm on a good ambush point. I've got a bait in underneath the island there, I've got a bait around the island here. Both the rods are properly locked up. But I've got the ducks starting to sit on top of the bait over there. I don't know if you can see them. I've got both rods on the same at the moment, which is a bottom bait and a bit of fake corn. And we'll just see how it goes. I've had a tench, well, which just dropped off on the way in already, on that right hand rod. And I've put a bit of bait in, which has attracted all the ducks. So we'll see what goes on. I had a quick marker up when I got here, and it's roughly 5 foot in that bowl. 4 foot up that side of the lake, and a lot shallower closer to the island and that, but we'll see how it goes. Here you go, fish number one. Little tiny skimmer on a 15mm boilie. I think it's time for a rethink straight away. Happy days. I'm actually eyeing up a move over there somewhere, but I don't think I'm going to avoid these skimmers wherever I go, so it might just be pop-up time. Stick on a couple of chods and see what happens. Here we go, swim number 2. Quiet little corner just there to my left that I can't really fish. There's a little poke hole there, but I'm not really looking at getting in there until dawn. If I see something happening, then I'll chuck a float rod and stalk one out. What I've done, put a line of boilies up along there, up the edge, walked around there, and I've put a bait in there with a little stick on it. That's the left hand rod. The right hand rod is basically where that duck's feed in there, because I've seen some bubbling coming up, and we'll see what happens. Right, the eagle eyes of Munchkin might have noticed that I've moved again. I've moved to the swim next door. All my kit is still sat there, look, waiting to get moved in. Oh, skimmer just crashed. The reason being I get a better angle on the tree to my left, and now I've got the island and the open water. Right, update you later. Alright, good evening, it's 10:20 at night. Been settled in now for about half an hour to an hour. Oh, something just crashed there up to my right. Just had a liner on the right hand rod, which is off to the island. Still nothing off the left hand rod as yet. Night is yet young, so bats are out. Let's see if it's any good. Good night. Okay, it's a little after midnight. Still waiting on my first fish. Seen a few move, but I'm gonna go to bed very soon, so we'll see what happens. But it's a lovely night. So hope and pray I have something to report in the morning. Right, it's just gone 10 to 5 in the morning. Got a little double whammy of tench there. Which means I've got 2 rods tangled up there and no rods out in the swim. And he's really loud. So cool, let's get this sorted. Would prefer them to be carp, but we'll see what happens from here. Okay, 6:10. Did the move into here last night. Still kept the one bait underneath the tree over there, which is the stiff-hinged, and the other bait is in the little cutout underneath the tree over there, which is a bottom bait, a little stringer and a bag of pellet. Literally 4 baits and a bit of pellet, and I've had a tench on stiff hinge rig and I've had a tench on the bottom bait at the same time, as you saw earlier. Not really feeling it now. I'm contemplating an early off, just because I've got inter services next week, so I could really do a sort of my gear out of it. Fish fizzing up just there. Probably another tench, but we'll give it another hour or so I can get down to the tackle shop, and then we'll go from there. If I don't see you again, it's been enjoyable. but I don't know if I'm going to be back. I probably will be, but it'll be in the winter. As for now, catch you later.